Thanks, Q. Tell your mans to chill. Yo, who mans is this? Somebody come get us.
What is up, y'all? It is your boy Benji. I'm back again with another Balling Benji episode, man. And I got some great guests today.
Yes, sir. Jay West, Taiwan with it. You feel me?
Coach Mario, we're here.
Relax.
We got a topic, man. Before we even get into that, man, I hope y'all hit that subscribe button and follow the social media links. The topic for today, man. Can a coach hold you back from being great?
This is a great one, man. We got a coach with us today, you know what I'm saying? And you know, coming from a system, you know what I'm saying, ourselves, you know what I'm saying? This is really prevalent in these times right now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
you know what I'm saying? So let's get it started.
Alright. I feel like there's sides of this that can be at an extreme.
Right.
Like you can have, like you said, a coach that puts together a system in order for everybody to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes you have to play a role in that system.
Right.
And then there's times where the coach really just, you and him, you, her, whatever, y'all don't really click. And the punishment is you sitting on the bench.
Okay.
Or you're glued to one specific thing.
Okay, yeah.
Of doing, you know what I'm saying? If, say you had trial, I don't know, say, you know what I'm saying, your repertoire is, you play defense, or you're a shooter, you know what I'm saying? And they, you know what I'm saying, your coach, you know, put you on the team or hire you for that reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, some coaches, like, even they don't mess with you or whatever, respect your game, and like, they hire you just to do that. So if you start trying to do some extra stuff, you know what I'm saying, try to dribble all extra stuff, even if you're practicing it, like, they still gonna hold you back. Or even if you're still getting better at it, they still holding you back. Like, and that's what we were saying, like.
But I never get to do it in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
My whole thing is, I feel like you can prove that. You can prove your versatility. And this is what I tell my guys all the time anyway. Like, of course, I have you on the team for a certain role. Of course, you can add to that role, but I have to see it in practice for you to perform it in game. You have to consistently perform it in practice so that if I can utilize it in the game. But regardless, for us to be successful, you have to play your role, period. Right? Now, there's going to be certain adjustments, certain times, some people might get in foul trouble here and there or whatever, to where I may test out what I've seen in practice for you to be the versatile player that may be needed at the time, you know, for the adjustment needed.
Okay. So what if you have, like, say in this case, you have a player that comes in at first, you know what I'm saying, you have your scorer, you have your shooter, you have your defense, you know what I'm saying, defender, you have your rebounder. Okay, what if this guy comes in, he's second string, at first he's just, I don't know, a playmaker. And then at the end of the day, after a year or so, under your wing, it's like, this dude can shoot, this dude can score, his dude is the nicest one on the team now.
Right.
But then, let's say he wasn't a scholarship player, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the man, you know what I'm saying? Nobody know him like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got the man that can score, that you had your score already, they still can score, but this man can do it all. Like, how do you fit him in? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he starting? Like, what you gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he taking somebody else's spot, or like, what's gonna happen?
That's situational, of course, but if he's the best player, my best player gonna be on the floor. If I feel like he's the best player, he perform, he done what he needs to do to show that he's the best player.
He taking spots.
He's gonna be on the floor. Period. That's my perspective. That's my culture.
And I think a lot of coaches don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of systematic political coaches to where certain seniors, they're gonna be on the floor because they seniors, they earned it. Regardless of talent, some coaches are that way, and I agree with that totally. And I feel like the higher you get, the more political you can be. But at the same time, my perspective is, I want my best five on the floor.
Period.
Now you do need some better scorers that may, come in with the second or third wave.
And people can score different ways too in your system, different system.
Exactly. Like Lou Will, he's a scorer, period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's still he's probably the third option on the team, seems like, you know what I'm saying? But he comes off the bench, but some of the times he's still with the starters and stuff too, so,
Right. And it's still effective, you know what I'm saying? It's super effective. Have you been a victim of coaching feedback?
I think that like you're speaking about, you can be right. So you can be held to a role on a team, and I feel like there's a situation where you cannot necessarily know what you're capable of. Like you said, you can be held to a role. Okay, your job is to play defense, and you as a player, okay, well, dang, I need to be working my defense. But say you are working on your game, and you get a lot better, but and I think it's a mentality thing too. You thinking about playing defense the whole time, instead of actually showing, okay, I actually worked on my dribble, I worked on my jump shot, I worked on this and that and the third. So you can be a lot more limited in that standpoint. Like you never know. I mean, it's all situational. Like if Trae Young in college, where he goes to Oklahoma, where essentially he's given the green light and keys, he's got players around him that just kind of look at him to do his thing. If he goes to another school like maybe Duke or Kentucky, when a lot more players around him demanding the ball, is it the same game for him? It's not the same game.
That's true.
So, it's all situational there.
Yeah. Systems.
But going on your point, yeah, you can for sure get messed up because if Trae Young goes to Kentucky, maybe he doesn't realize, okay, I can do this and this and this, and I can get away with this and this and this, because you don't get that trial and error.
He's just put in a system. And has to go. You know what I'm saying? Like a structure. Like he can't be going all wild and business and stuff like that.
And like I said, you get a chance to try stuff out because he can go in there and come in and maybe make a move and maybe turn it over and like, dang, all right, I can't do that move. So when I come down, I got to switch it up. Maybe on a more stacked squad, you made that move, turn it over. You look over, somebody else coming to get you, and so you don't really get to learn from that mistake. That situation.
How do you feel like that? Would you, you know what I'm saying? Would you let your players play? You know what I'm saying? Mess up 2 or 3. Like, what's the limit on that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a great point. I don't necessarily take players out automatically from a mistake. I want them to try to learn from it. But if it is consistent throughout the game, like say if they have 2 or 3 turnovers, then yes, they're coming out. Also, I will say this: if it's consistent in games, like say if they average 4 or 5 turnovers, then it's, bad turnovers in a 10-minute span, then yes, I may have an adjustment. Regarding that too, because I've had that same situation throughout the game. I mean, throughout the season with some players, and I had to talk to them. And I really feel like it might have discouraged them a little bit, but I was like, you got to get better. I mean, because it's hurting us. So
yeah, because I think it gets to a point where it's reversed, like as in like your main guys, like you know what I'm saying, and stuff like the guys, like they're not producing what they can produce. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do I do? Like, do you leave him in? Like, okay, he missed the last 4 shots, but he's a shooter. Like, he's my man. Like, is he gonna catch fire or he gonna get pulled out?
That's another thing too. We had a shooter on the team. We got set plays for him. You know what I'm saying? He even gave me some plays and we ran them for him, and he missed 4 or 5 shots. I'm like, I need you to be on the floor to make shots. Like, we're getting you open, we setting these plays for you. You gotta make shots at a consistent rate. So after you miss a few, maybe 5 minutes, I'm taking them out and I'm getting somebody else that I know that can shoot and seeing if he, can get that spark going. So that's important too, for sure. I had that happen a few times throughout the season. So yeah, that's important.
Basically, you gotta be ready for everything.
I mean, if it's your role, you definitely, and this is what I tell everybody too. If this is your role, definitely make sure you perfect your roles. Make sure that you still doing skills, work towards your role. Yeah. But as I said before, you can add to that role. You can add and be more versatile, more variety to your skill set, to where you could do different things. But you in the game, you have to perfect your role, do your role. You know what I'm saying? And if not, then you may be replaced, because that's the role that you on the team to do. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
And doing your role, it contributes to playing time and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Because some people, what about off the court? Does off the court things affect your playing time, you think? You know what I'm saying? The coaching, like, as in, I don't know, like some people kind of like kiss up or do extra, I don't know, like be a team player. I don't know, just extra stuff. I don't know, help people like studying. Somebody fell in the class or something, like they step up and being a leader in that sense, like doing those other like little things like that. You know what I'm saying? Does that affect like playing time?
I would say one of the most things to me, I feel like affects playing time, especially those, you know, at the collegiate, high school, whatever level, is being a student first. They have to understand this, you're a student athlete. So I feel like if you're not about it, you're, you know, being a student first, then that definitely should affect, you know, your time and playing time and stuff like that. Failing classes, you know, you're not gonna get on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like, to me, you know, that shows your work ethic too. I think that kind of goes hand in hand. You know, if you not putting forth the work in school, how do I know you really put forth the work of what we need for you to be the best team player that we needed for our team? Right. So I also think that goes a lot hand in hand. That's my main look at, you know, off the court and on the court. Is the work ethic for sure.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we all heard it here first, man. Leave your comments down below.
Please.
Let us know what y'all think.
You heard?
Stay tuned to the next video.
Out.
We crossed over, then we slammed dunk. Michael Jordan 6 rings make me slam dunk. Drink no whiskey with the chickens, I'm a slam dunk. Hit on with the pump.